and Reform. Pat Fallon, sir, thank you for joining us. There are reports that the Biden administration pressured the mayor of El Paso on the border. Talk to us more about that.
Well, Allison, good morning, and thanks for having me on. Well, apparently the White House pressured El Paso not to declare a migrant crisis. And that, again, proves and demonstrates Joe Biden putting, the political agenda of his administration over that of protecting Americans.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, sir, because you see some of these media outlets finally now covering the border crisis, probably because Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott took some of these migrants in and put them in these blue states. Last week, the administration announced a deal to halt the flood of Venezuelan migrants at the border by expelling them to Mexico. But what about all the other migrants from all these other countries?
Well, that's the point. I mean, when you look, Allison, at the tail of the tape for the last fiscal year, it looks as if we don't have the September numbers yet, by the way, and I'm curious as to why. Maybe because there's a midterm looming in a few weeks. But if you look at just April was the worst month we've ever had on record. 234,000 illegal border crossers, 1,258% worse than the last April President Trump was in office. And then only to be eclipsed by May, which was 241,000 illegal border crossers, 930% worse than the last May President Trump was in office. So from April to August, when you include the known gotaways, you're looking at almost 1.5 million illegal border crossings. We've never had anything like that. And I think when the September numbers come in, adding the known gotaways plus the illegal border crossers, we're going to be looking at 3 million.
Yeah, you think they're going to be more. Interesting point. We haven't seen them yet. We'll see if we get them before the midterms. If the GOP is successful in taking the majority in both the House and Senate in the midterms, do you expect an impeachment of Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, for knowingly lying about the border agents whipping those Haitian migrants?
Yeah, not only that, but he also said, when he testified in Homeland Security last year, he said the border, Allison, was secure. Then he got caught on a hot mic shortly thereafter saying that the border is chaos. So clearly he was lying then as well. Our office plans to file articles of impeachment on Secretary Mayorkas come November 9th. And I suspect what he'll do is he'll resign after the midterms, because if he doesn't, I'm on the Oversight Committee, Allison, he's going to have a parking space right outside the Rayburn building where our committee meets, because he's going to be in front of us so often.
Yeah, I think you're right with that, sir. Aside of the border crisis that's not often addressed is the 3.8 million people in the world who are trying to get into the U.S. legally. But why does the administration ignore these people?
Well, because it's not convenient. And those folks that are respecting the laws and the rules of the country that they want to become a part of and are being patient, most wait about 8 or 9 years, when they come to the country, they're going to be immediately contributing. They're going to be independent, and they're not going to be net Democratic voters. So, and by the way, Allison, 95% of those folks are people of color. So anytime somebody on the left tries to inject race into immigration and border security, it's absurd, it's immaterial, and it's really, quite frankly, disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely. Congressman Pat Fallon, thank you so much. And the Biden administration, they blame the Republicans for this and President Trump, but the numbers don't lie. We appreciate you today coming on the program.
Thanks, Allison.
Thank you. Same to you. All right, we do want to take you live to 10 Downing Street in London, where